What's the crack? Welcome back to Irish Impulse Podcast. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm Connor.
Lachlan, what house things?
I shaved my head.
No, you didn't.
I shaved my head, buddy.
How come you haven't sent me anything showing me this?
It happened about 2 hours ago. Well, about 3 hours ago.
And you still haven't sent me any footage?
No, you're the no.
I saw this.
So basically what happened was I was shaving around the sides as I did the last time, and then I was like, I really want to shave it off just for the crack. And then I was like, no, I can't do it. And I literally had it like sat right at my forehead. And I was like, you can do this, you can do this. And I was like, no. And then when I was shaving like towards the top to try and I say blend it in, but so it doesn't look half fucking dopey. I felt like I took a bit of a chunk out ish at the back, and then that was enough of an excuse to go, well, here goes in, and it all came off.
So you got it yourself, or did your grand or your mum got it?
No, I did it. I just you want an 86 or 85-year-old man to try and shave my head?
I mean, I would pay to watch that.
I mean, so no, I did it the first time myself, and I was like, I'll do it again. And I think it might have been all right, but I think it was just my head going, no, you definitely fucked that. Take it all off. So off.
Oh, I need to see that footage immediately. I want to snap or anything.
I look like a convict.
I mean, you naturally look like a convict or a rapist, naturally. So going and shaving all your hair off is probably making it 3 times worse. So
yes, it's not good.
You could be on the offenders list by the end of the
What offenders are?
Well, that part was
I don't even want to know.
The next decision you make in regard to what offender list you want to be on, the normal one or the kiddie fiddler one, then we'll have it. That'll be up to you to make that decision sometime.
All I do is get sunk by you every fucking week over nothing. People are going to think the worst of me. No, I did. I looked in the mirror.
Tell the story I have with the allegedness, but showing up.
I looked in the mirror after it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, what have I done?" And I thought, if I do like one of the like death stares long enough, it looks like I'm getting a mugshot taken.
Mm-hmm. So you need your prisoner number and then your yellow jumpsuit or orange jumpsuit, and then just that's you, mate.
I'm literally thinking if I do a headshot, I could probably edit a photo with like the plaque thing in front of you, and we can use it as the artwork for this podcast. It's just me look like I'm in prison.
That'd be a great thumbnail. I'll just clickbait the exactly. Producers of that title.
One host goes to prison.
One host is currently in prison. Very nice cops, very nice policemen inside helping them out.
Great Wi-Fi signal all the same.
Better than his home one, I think. That's why he's in there.
Oh God, I know. So I went on a bit of a mad spending spree on Amazon and bought a ton of bobble hats.
What?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to say it. All right, so I haven't told the rest of the story, right? So I actually should have prefaced this. So with us coming into this phase return back to society, I thought we were on a phase return of number 2. So I thought, great, we'll be back in like the next, basically a month from now.
It's because we work in retail, but we work in a shopping centre of retail. Yeah. We're not in the field.
Yeah, so it was pointed out to me that it'll be phase 4. So I worked out then it's going to be August. So I thought plenty of time this thing can come off and grow back. Literally about 35 minutes later, I get an email on my private work one with a email headed "Welcome back to work" letter. And I went, you are fucking shitting me right now. So I literally shaved this off, like plenty of time to go back, and then boom, welcome back to work. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, how does that work? Because sure, where we work, they're not going to allow that, surely.
I don't know what's happening, but we had to fill in a form saying, do we live within 3 miles of our workplace? If not, do you have private travel? Blah, 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 blah. Just like so to see if you're actually fit to go to work and all that stuff. So fill that in. And it says your line manager will be in contact with you to discuss going back to work. And I was like, I've got to be shitting me. So I fucked myself. I've fucked myself royally.
Oh, could you imagine when Farley gets his hands on you, sir? You are You're a goner.
To be fair,
You'll be leaving.
it's actually not that bad. Like I only did a 4 all over, so it's not the worst. It's not like my old days when I was like 14, where I used to be like a complete skinhead.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. It will go back relatively quick enough. Fucking hopefully.
Because whenever we see each other with social distancing involved, you'll see how bad mine is. My missus is. I've actually asked her to cut my hair.
I'll do
to get the razor. I mean, no.
I'll do it. I can do.
No.
I've done other people's. I can do other people's better because I can actually see. It's hard to do like your own back of the head part. That's where I mess it up. Was at the back.
Brother, I've got a high expectation here.
That's no problem. I can do it and not charge you 25 quid for a haircut.
20 quid. 15 for a haircut.
Yeah, and then you tip them or whatever. I remember when me and you worked on the golf course, and one day you weren't there, but it was, I think maybe you were there. We were at the turn, and you might have been down at the shop or something. Me and your dad was down there. Your dad already goes, have a chat with that fella. And I went, oh, I didn't know what he was talking about. He goes, have a chat with him. I goes, why? And he's like, he goes gets his haircut like every 2 weeks. He spends a fortune and then tips the barber. He goes, tips the fucking barber. Have you ever heard of such shit in your life? He was losing it on the golf course.
He's losing it as we speak, man. I feel for him. As I said before we came on here to record, I was out helping him and I was going mad. My mum wanted a tree cut outside, and my dad's what 68, so he's not the strongest pup anymore. And he couldn't cut it, and it was fucking hilarious. And we were cleaning it up at the end, or literally just before we came on, and he was like, "Will you cut that fucking branch? I swear to God." Looking at my mom's like, you don't need to cut the branch, right? Just put it in the back of the car. He's like, oh, look at the branch, cut the fucking.
What was he cutting? Was he taking the tree fully down, or like?
No, just trimming the branches.
Trimming the branch, I was about to say, because what the fuck was he cutting it down with?
Yeah, so it's pretty funny out there. I would enjoy myself, just laughing at him.
Ah, fair enough. No, because then after I went and bought a load of bobble hats online, spend a fortune, so then I can just constantly keep my head covered.
I don't know what you'll be allowed to wear that work.
I'm fucked for work. There's nothing I can do for work unless I get a big I nearly said where it was. Unless I get a big number and put it on the front of the hat and say, "Oh, it's uniform." But it'll be for purely outside of work purposes.
I mean, you're sort of down there where you work is sort of really 50-50 in regard to.
No, there's loads. There's loads and loads. There's phone that has a number in it. They're not defunct, but sure, it's fine.
So less said about that, the better. But when did they'll not put you back to work, mate? Because if you're not within 3 miles of the store, I don't think they will.
No. Some days, what they were asking was if you're within 3 miles of the store, basically walk or cycle. If you're outside of the 3 mile radius, do you have private transport available? So I was like, yes. And then it was like, it was basically asking, no matter what store you worked in, where's your actual closest store? So say one of the other stores is actually closer than where I was, they probably want you to go to that one, but it works out all right.
That is our closest one, yeah.
Literally just, I think it's like by half a mile. It's closer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually not that far. The one it's actually technically quicker to get to the other one, even though it's
really
half a mile further away. Yeah, surprisingly, I don't know how, but it was surprisingly quicker to get to.
Yeah, because it's all back roads still where we work, like, so it's quite ropey.
Well, the way I go anyway, back road galore.
I don't know the way you drive. Fucking wannabe Sebastian fucking Vettel.
That's just to avoid them finding that the car's not taxed or insured or stole.
Did you just publicly announce that there?
Yeah, it's all stole.
You're stole. Not like Did they take the first payment for that new one of yours? Yeah.
No, it's due in a couple of days. Heartbreakingly enough.
And what about your old yoke? She's still sitting outside?
She's still sitting there. Can't bring it back yet. The fucking dealership won't open.
Give me. I'll take it. Say a stone.
I'll sell it to you, no problem.
I for fucking 3/4 of the price tag though, please.
Well, it's 3/4 of the price tag, and it's still be 15.
Alright, well, how about fucking just give us it for a grand? How about that?
Tell you what, give us a hand job and a bacon sandwich, and we'll call it quits.
Bacon sandwich and a blowjob. Make it one better.
Well, I said, now we're talking. This is the deal.
Oh.
How about a full fry?
Oh, nah. You're pushing the boat out, man.
And a kiss on the lips.
Maybe the less said about that, like kiss my lips malarkey, but we can negotiate with, depending on what you want on your full fry.
On my full, what'd you say? My full shay?
There's a full fry. What are you shay? What are you shay from?
You fucking, did your brain just check out?
I was just about to say the assemble word there. I think I didn't.
Oh no, no. That's not so bad.
Have you got any drama for me in the oil industry of the world of the public list of Boris Johnson?
Any industry of Boris Johnson? No, Boris still breathing. Trump's still breathing. Even though apparently he's taking that chloroquine flat out for the last couple of weeks, he loves it.
The longer he lives, the better. But I'm telling you now, if I ever become a legal person in America, I'm voting for Trump. Trump for office. Love the
man. There's unfortunately a good chance he's going to win the re-election.
Who's he going against? I actually haven't even looked at this, and I haven't been in US politics since he got into it.
Joe Biden.
Oh, that could be. It's a 50-50 now, I think.
No, he's not anywhere. He's not anywhere because the whole thing of when he was getting impeached, between all the stuff with Russia and everything, and the Ukraine thing, was to do with Joe Biden's son being on the board. And I'm not going to bore you with it. Basically, it's them two going head to head. But with Joe Biden, like, literally slipping into dementia. Like, he can't hold a sentence flat out. A lot of people are thinking what's going to happen is they're going to get Biden through the primaries and all that stuff, and then they're going to swap him out with Hillary Clinton, and then it'll be Clinton versus Trump again, but Trump will still win. You
know who I say should go for a run for office? Michelle Obama.
Well, that's who, if that's the whole talk, if she takes over Biden's spot, it'll be Michelle Obama will be her running mate for vice president. So if they got in, it would be Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama.
She would be a good president.
No, she'd be vice president. She wouldn't be president. She'd be the running mate. She would be under.
I will.
But I mean, there's a good chance. That's it. You keep talking. There'd be a good chance Hillary Clinton would just pop clogs. And then she would just take over.
As long as she's not like her husband, it'll be alright.
Could you imagine that? They're just orgy galore in her fucking 70s. And
Jesus fucking Christ. You had to bring up the orgy, didn't you?
Yeah, the big fucking beef curtains just hanging clean off her. Going, come on in there, young stallion. Fuck that.
That's it. Social services are going to be at our door. Potential vice president of America. What do you mean? Said, and I quote, well, here we go.
Well, like, as sex tapes go, that's definitely one I wouldn't want to watch.
Why? Because of Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama? Or
Hillary? Yeah, I'd watch Barack, give her heaps, but I just don't want to watch her.
Okay, moving swiftly on. You didn't say anything about Niall Pierce Morgan?
No. What's the crime with Pierce? What's he done?
No, well, as you know, he's a bit controversial in regard to his tweets, but he's told ITV that he's taking a temporary break from Good Morning Britain.
Like a career break, or something happened?
No, so this is, and I literally wrote this down. I think it was from The Guardian. I actually didn't like the source. Pierce Morgan told ITV he's taking a temporary break because it's half term.
I didn't realize Good Morning Britain was school.
Yep, half term. So it's basically because his kids are, and I'm going to put this in inverted commas, in school. That he deserves a half-term break.
Is his kids that young though? I didn't realize they were that young.
Yeah, I think when I was in secondary school, I don't think his kids are that. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly why Piers Morgan and I told ITV that he's taking a break from half-term. Taking a break from Good Morning Britain because of half-term.
Well, fuck it. It's probably built in his contract somewhere that he probably had it that when his kids are on half-term or whatever, he also takes time off. So fuck it, why not?
That's like, a mental load.
You're still
to the end of the day, kids are already off. I understand he's allowed off days off work, but his kids are already off.
I hope they're still working home. They're still working home from school and all that shit.
I mean, it's not like he couldn't afford, for example, the private school it over like Zoom, or it's not like his wife can't do it, or
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his wife is a fucking nuclear engineer and works away and does me home. That's really sexist of you, Bowden. Maybe
I mean, I didn't mean like that. You're
maybe she's not even at home. Like, what else? What are women just meant to sit at home all day and just sit and cook and clean and teach the kids? Is that what this is? Is this what you want? Neve, if you're listening, do a runner quickly. You're just going to be sitting at home with like a couch potato going, I teach them kids something. Well, I have my mash and fucking and my fucking meat. Oh, I'm hungry.
I mean, did you just drop off your seat or what?
No, I headed off the table like I hit my hand off the table like a caveman because it was reenacting
like a caveman. But yeah, and then it went on later on, and to bring it back, sorry, to the subject.
I don't know. I would probably stay on the whole thing about you being really sexist. I think that's
especially move on because you're trying to make it out like I'm a sexist.
Well, you try to make out that I'm an offender of some form, so we're just going to sink each other here here we are, all the lads.
I mean, who can bear each other the most? Challenge accepted. Who can get the cops at the person's door quickest?
Oh, so Connor did. You know I can get you lifted. You know I can get you lifted. Sure, I can make up something like a click with my fingers.
There's a wee accusation against you, sir. And I think there's quite a few evidence. So, got a wee bit of evidence against you. So, the less said about yours, the better.
I don't know where you got this from, but anyway. So I'm assuming ITV has said something back to him then.
No, like she was understanding of it. So I'm assuming, as you said, there must have been something in his contract, but the girl also went on to say, I didn't know this now at all, that apparently Piers Morgan's car was hit. That someone did a hit and run.
Right.
So they went on later down in the article talking about that his car was hit from the back, and it's like, was anything to do with that, Piers? And you're currently, like looking at CCTV and get legal action. He's like, it might have something to do with that. Yeah, it probably will. So apparently the guy did a hit and run somewhere in London. Hit his car and literally hit and run, and the whole back bumper was ruined apparently.
Oh, was he in the car at the time or something? Was he?
No, funny enough, he wasn't. It said he was inside somewhere. Didn't say where. But he just came out and his car was done, so they're looking to get like street CCTV because I've never been to London, but just obviously I'm assuming London's covered in CCTV everywhere, somewhere or another.
Yeah, probably was the link then. I don't understand the link with them saying it was got anything to do with that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just said that maybe as a joke, but it was in the article, like, so I wrote it down. Just thought it maybe pitch that out to you that Piers Morgan might be taking a break because he's trying to catch a convict for hitting them.
Well, I mean, all he has to do is look at my mugshot, and here I am. I hit it, Piers. I smashed that back end up. I do have previous of hitting parked cars, so.
Yeah, well, you didn't do the running part because, well, the car that you hit it with couldn't run.
The car I hit it with rolled back 50 meters.
Outside a police station as well, folks. So he does have history with the law. So just in case anyone didn't know that.
All good.
Pure history. Love the cops.
Love them. Great guys. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I wrote down here. Did you see how Mickey D's are opening up in Ireland?
No, I didn't even. But I haven't had a Mickey D's in fuck. I don't.
Yeah, but guess where the closest one to us is?
To us will be Dublin.
Yeah, bang on.
Is it? I knew they wouldn't open any in Ireland.
In the north at all. None of the north have opened. They're only opening the drive-through, may I add, in down in Ireland. But yeah, Dublin is the closest one. So of course, I tagged my fiance going up to the capital, babe.
Well, I suppose. Well, I don't know. I didn't know Dublin became our capital. The last I remember, Belfast was our capital. But
I mean, let's not get into this argument, sunshine. All right.
I don't understand why you would go into another country just to get them
It's not another
McDonald's.
country. I
Well,
don't think it's another country.
it's technically another country. Like you're
I
crossing.
don't. I don't honestly. What border? What border? I don't cross the border.
There's a border
What
there
border?
because it's
That's
single.
just the wee line that the English put there one day.
Well, I don't think English have the full rights to the atlas.
They're just a wee line, just a wee line. Cause you not notice like the lines on the streets
what
are fucking squiggly.
I just
So
stand
did
at
it?
the bookshop
Wait,
open up page and just fucking throw over every border. I can talk over you. Fine. Listen, we're two
Tremendous going.
Belfast. Belfast is our capital. Belfast is our capital.
I mean,
Ruled by herself. Ruled by the Queen herself. Lovely lady. 10 out of 10.
I don't know who's that. Margaret Thatcher. I love her.
No, the Queen. You know, the one you always look up on Pornhub. You love her.
I mean, that's Margaret Thatcher. What are you talking about, Willis?
Oh, imagine. Oh, you'd love her for a fucking thigh-high stockings, wouldn't you?
Love her. Straight up the big UDA. Yeah, so what started.
Well, there's no way of editing that one.
There is, you haven't got access to that shit.
I know what it is. There's so much I should have to edit out of this, and I just can't be arsed.
You can bleep that one.
No, there's no point. There's no point. The word he said, by the way, the word he said, everyone was UDA. He's a UDA lover. So basically, you're going to go to another country to get McDonald's.
I don't know what I'm talking about another country. I live in Ireland. On my passport, it says citizen of Ireland.
That's fine. I live in Ireland too, but where my actual residence is Northern Ireland.
Well, if you want to know, I'm registered in the Ireland Dublin. I'm not registered to any British government.
I'm sorry. See on your passport, does it not say Andon? As in County Down?
Which is one of the 32 counties of Ireland.
Does it say County Down on it though?
It says Andon, yeah.
Yeah, well, that resides in Northern Ireland, so there we go.
But it doesn't because it's one of the 32 counties in Ireland.
Yeah, that's fine, but Andon is technically under the residence of Northern Ireland.
All right.
Just let it go. I find it funny. I find this funny because you're this big Irish head person. You love Ireland, this, that, and the other. You don't support any Irish teams. You support all Premier League teams. They're English. You love Margaret Thatcher. She's English.
I was. If anyone didn't sense my sarcasm in regard to Margaret Thatcher, then really they need their head checked on because I don't love the woman. She has come up with a lot of funny lines in her political life. For the rest of the matter.
What's sarcasm?
My national team I support, which is the main. But I support any teams down in the Irish League. If I was to, which I don't follow, and I will have to admit I don't follow the Irish League football because the standards aren't good enough. I would probably follow the Bohemians outside Dublin, so you can swivel on that one.
So he pumps all his English money because he doesn't pay by euro because he's in Northern Ireland into English football clubs, which then makes the English economy more stronger. So that's great. That's great, bud. Keep her up.
Moving on.
You all right there,
The podcast is this is episode, boys. Has just been a shit show for everyone involved.
It's a shit show for me and you. Just argue with each other, but I'm sure somebody will get a kick out of it. The amount of times I get texted going, can't believe you said that, or something along the lines of trying to get off the subject. So there was something you said in last week's episode that a friend of ours texted me and said when Bowden mentioned this certain thing, goes, your reaction, I goes, yep, couldn't get off that conversation quick enough. That's like a daily fucking thing.
I don't want to remember because it obviously wasn't good.
Yeah, well, I can't remember. I can't mention it. As soon as you mentioned a family name. That's all I'm going to say. And then
I know you're on about now.
And I like, yep, nope, we're done with that one.
Yep. Who's? I must have to
Yeah. But I actually, funny enough, while we're actually on the whole thing in English, Tom Moore's getting knighted after all his charity work.
I mean, you know my opinion on him. If he would have been knighted, he should have been knighted when he came home from World War II. But yes, he does deserve from what he's charged with.
Absolutely. I when I heard the news yesterday, like obviously me and you are taking the piss out of each other. Like we do live in Ireland. We're both Irish nationals. I don't have anything towards the monarch or anything like that. But when I heard the news that he was getting knighted, I felt a little bit emotional for him. I was like, because that's obviously a massive thing for him and his family, coming from World War II and then doing all that and how to be knighted. Like he was like, oh, fair play.
Oh, I respect it, but for me, he should have been knighted or given reckoned. Like honestly, he came home from World War II in Germany, wherever he was based. I'm going to again assume Germany or somewhere in Central Europe.
It'll be funny. Like he was a part of World War II, and where was he based? Up north, up the north of England. So he leave the country.
He was based in the Navy doing all the data analysis. So I was like, what?
Just to make sure the science.
So, but anyway, I just think that all them boys that came home should have been given something. Like obviously they have medals, like the highest medals they can get, and I don't know, obviously not going to have to guess. No, there's a purple patch. I think is the highest honor you can get in the military, but
I think that's the purple heart.
I did know there was some. But like he deserves for credit for the charitable work. Oh, definitely. But for me, he should also get a wee honor as well for coming home.
I mean, if he would also like to set up another, Tom, if you're listening, if you want to do another 100 laps of your garden for the Connor back pocket appeal, knock yourself out, buddy. I could do with a couple of 100 million. Would love it.
I mean, you're not out there helping everybody who's currently fighting the current pandemic.
I'm not. Well, you have me there. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm also fucking skint. So if you'd also like to do, okay, you don't have to do 100 laps. Fucking 50 laps. We'll do 50 laps, Tom. Give me a bit of money. I'm fucking skint. Tom, help me out.
Give me a hand.
Job. Did you see Fred Willard passed away?
I did, but I didn't read and did though. But yeah, I seen it briefly. He was the only thing I can remember him from is was he not a character in Office?
In The Office? No.
No.
No, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. He was in. Well, he's in a lot of stuff, but like the most notable couple would have been, well, one that I know of for sure was the Anchorman, where he was like Ron Burgundy's boss in it. He was quite good in it. But are you on about because he's teaming up with Steve Carell? Because we were talking about it last week, that new Netflix show coming out, Space Force. Yeah. He's in it. Oh, he is.
Yeah, because I remember seeing something to him and Steve Carell. And I thought it was The Office, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I know you're on about now. Yeah. Oh well, what age was he? He wasn't an old like he wasn't like a real old man, was he?
He's 80, like.
Was he?
Yeah, I know. What do you think? Well, like Anchorman, like the original was, fuck it, what? I want to say it's near 15 years now because Anchorman 2 came out when it was after 10 years old. So it has to be the original one has to be at least 15 years old now, doesn't it?
It would be surely.
Has to be around that there. So like at that time your body's around 60, 65, like so.
That's mad, like. Yeah, like
it's losing people because I'm sure now the news will probably because I don't believe it was to do anything with like the virus or anything, but rightly someone will pick it up and go, oh, there we go, there's another virus victim.
That's literally what I asked. Do you know it was if he died of COVID? But
I don't think so. I think it was just natural causes. Like there's two people in just over the last 2 weeks. Like there was Fred and then there was Jerry Stiller. Ben Stiller's dad, he passed away too. Natural causes.
It was a sad one.
You know what the funny thing was? I didn't even realize that was his dad until Ben Stiller put that photo. Until he put that tweet out. I obviously knew who Jerry Stiller was. He's been in tons of movies. He's hilarious, but I never realized that was his dad.
I seen it in Lad Bible put it up. I was like, what? And then I went in and read it. I was like, oh shit, I know that.
Yeah, I did not know that either. Only when I seen the. I don't know how you never put two and two together with the name because Stiller isn't really a massive well-known name or not well-known, but like it's not commonly used as such. So
Yeah.
like, you should have put two and two together, but sure, here we are.
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't. No, that's mad. It's going to be a sad time when a lot of celebrities started getting older and passing. I guess like all the celebrities we grew up watching, and like it's going to be a sad time with seeing all them pass. Because like a lot of my favorite actors now, from what I can remember, are quite old, or they're getting to their states in their career where they're hitting their old age and they're starting to see their grays. Like, well, like one of my favorite actors, Johnny Depp, he's quite old and sure, look how good looking he is. Like,
oh, fucking don't even. Johnny Depp's a fucking weird cunt. Oh yeah, he joined Instagram. Did you see that video on Instagram? He
yeah.
Oh my god! If anyone hasn't followed, I couldn't follow him. But if you're on Instagram, you haven't seen it, follow that man on Instagram and go straight back to his first post. Like, he's only recently new on it since all the virus shit, so there can't be that many. Go watch that first video. The weirdest shit you'll ever see in your life.
He is just a bit of a strange character, like, but I think that's why all the roles that he played, he was always fantastic. And like Captain Jack Sparrow,
that's where it's weird, because when he's doing the video, you're kind of like, are you in character now or not? And that's when I was watching. I was sitting there trying to work it out, going, I feel like you're in character, but you might be mental enough that this is actually just you.
I think it's just him, because I think that's why all the characters that he's played, I think that's why they worked, just based on that sole fact that he was just a bit of a madman, like Captain Jack Sparrow, for example, or even Edward Scissorhands. Like, I don't think anybody else could have played that role as perfect as he did, because he just seems to have that little bit of a loose cannon in his head.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's kind of like the wheels going, but the hamster's having a wee fucking doze. Or what it's
having a nap, and that's fucking Johnny Depp's brain. No, it's definitely a sad time, but I don't really want.
Do you want to take a bet? Do you want to take a bet? We'll like put a $5 on it. We'll name one celebrity each and see if they die within this year or by the end of 20.
Couldn't have picked a more of a crucible sort of challenge, like a gamble there.
I mean, I'm like I said 15 minutes ago, I'm fucking skint and I'm trying to make money anyway possible. So do you want to put a $5 on or not?
No, I'm betting on people's deaths. You fucking psychotic.
Come on, let's bet on somebody who's going to pop clogs this year.
What do you mean? I sure this is bad on people dying.
Yeah, well, I'll put a $5 on Tom Moore's going to drop dead this year.
I mean, fuck me, Pink. Everything I've just said in this podcast, I feel a hell of a lot better than what you just said. Holy shit. That man is a fucking national, and fuck, I mean, you've got
the national treasure, I think is the word you're trying to say.
And you just said it. Oh my fucking god, I can't believe you just said that.
But like, isn't that the perfect story? Like a World War II veteran. No, listen, just hear me out. A World War II veteran, really old, rallied the country together basically with what he done, raised so much money. He beat cancer, everything, raised so much money for charities. He's getting knighted. Like this is the final act. This is like, right? Close the curtains. Close the curtains. I'm out. Close the curtains. I'm away to bed here. See you later. That's it.
Apologize on behalf of my co-host people. Holy fucking sweet Jesus.
Don't need to apologize. It's the perfect way to go, because now his family will make a fortune on the back of it, because they'll sell the rights. They'll sell the rights to his life. They'll sell the rights to his life, and they'll make a fortune.
We need to move on immediately.
Anyway, hold on. They'll sell the rights to his life.
Oh my sweet Jesus Christ! Are you
all
trying?
All I want to know is, are you taking the bet or not? Fiver says he goes.
No, I'm not taking a $5, especially Tom Moore.
Fiver says he goes.
No, it's not happening.
You're a funny. You could have made a $5 there.
Oh Jesus! This is a.
Made a $5.
Right, well, I'm going to swiftly move it on. Did you say you don't obviously follow football, but I have to say, the Watford players, Watford captain guy, he came out and said, Troy Deeney came out and said that he's obviously not going to go out and play, because obviously he's had a brand new 5-month-old baby and it's had respiratory problems.
He's had a brand new 5-month-old baby, so when they came out of the womb, it was already 5 months old. That's class. How to get one of those?
Still a new baby. It's 5 motherfucking months. Not old.
I know, but the way you said that was completely stupid.
Well, fuck off.
And
But
he has a brand new 5 months old baby. Is that one of those designer babies? As soon as it just pops out, it goes 5 months old.
I mean, I think we might just wrap this episode here because all you've done is for 38 minutes. It's just giving me a heap.
I've missed you. Can you tell I'm going crazy yet? Because I fucking feel it.
You were going crazy from the day I met you. This quarantine just didn't help you. But
no, we've just put the accelerator down to 11. Oh, wow.
This is just a malicious attack. This is like, I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Listen, you can't say anything because I offered you the chance to win in a fiver this year, and you turned it down.
No, basically it was Troy Deeney has a 5-month-old baby, and he's not going to go and play. He wasn't going to go to training, and he wasn't going to play football, so he was taking that stand as the captain of Watford. Funny enough, yesterday it came out that the Premier League had tested 782 people. 6 people test positive. Now they didn't disclose. Obviously, for data protection reasons, they didn't disclose the clubs or the people who was it. One of them came out, and one of them was Burnley's assistant manager. And then, funny enough,
they came out themselves. They came out themselves and said
Burnley came out. Yeah.
Oh,
so Burnley sort of came out publicly and said that there was them. Watford came out yesterday with a statement. 3 of them 6 tests were all Watford players. 1 player and 2 staff members tested COVID-19. So I would love to have seen Troy Deeney's face when he had that news.
I bet he was smug as fuck.
Well, and he's not one man. I don't think Troy Deeney, from what I see in the pitch and what you see in press conferences, he's not a man that would shy away from telling you the truth. Like he'll tell you. So I would say,
even without that though, like fair play to him for standing up and saying, "Look, it's not worth the risk."
Oh yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like it's a kind of a gamble in terms of the ones that go, "Well, fuck you, we can get somebody else, that's fine." But at the end of the day, they're not really going to get. It's not like they're going to turn around and fucking sack him, sort of thing. Well, you would like to think so, but it's not like they're going to sack him. So I think the well within its right to go, look, not yet. So fair play to him. But now that it's like the nail in the coffin, he goes, "What I tell you, boys."
But that's I would say, but quite a stint on. You would know Project Restart Premier League are trying to do Project Restart, which is getting football back by 13th of June. So I thought I'd just tell Jenny that because I wanted to see your reaction. But I thought that was a bit mental. And as I say, I would have loved to have seen Troy Deeney's face whenever he got that phone call from, the gaffer or someone in the club in the hierarchy. Like I would have loved to have seen him just going, "I fucking told you, cunts."
I know. Fair play to him. He called that one. I bet he had a fiver on with somebody about it. Bet somebody in our club has COVID. I bet somebody just won a fiver. Same way you could win a fiver.
Please get off this subject. Like you have made me feel so much better about everything I said in the first 20 minutes than what you just said in that one statement.
And I'm sure in the next, let's see, about 15 minutes after I could get something else out easily.
I mean, you know what? If we ever become big and people decide to come back on this
is the one that's going to sink us.
This is the one, yeah. This one, and probably a couple two that I have obviously said. Now, not the local one that I said last week, but I think there was one 2 weeks ago I said.
I got you off that one pretty swiftly. I saved you on that one because that really could have fucked us. This is like the Kevin Hart tweet from 10 years ago. They got kicked off the Oscars, but he decided not to apologize for playing and whatever. But this is the one that is like, yeah, I went back and found like your old podcast name and find an episode. It wasn't episode 8, by any chance. Like, that's exactly which one it was. You're like, ooh, how much to go away?
Bribing all the journalists going, but how much?
Oh, mate, wouldn't think twice about it. I'd give them the fiver that I was planning on giving you if I lost. So they're up to fiver.
There may be a multi-million-dollar paper company, or and you just said, "Here, I'll take a fiver."
Paper company? What is it? Is the Dullum?
You know what
the fuck they're called?
Paper. You know what I mean? The news journalist people.
Good man.
For nearly 45 minutes, 40 minutes, because it took us 5.
You see, when you start speaking English properly, I'll stop. I'll stop.
See, whenever you get out of jail,
You can't string 5 words together without stuttering.
I hope Mandingo comes for you.
Okay. You know what? If I was in prison and I got out and Mandingo comes to see me, I'm not going to turn. I'll be like, you know what? It's needed, mate. I'm fucking down. How much are you? A fiver? Great. I saved the fiver when I got that bet right. So,
oh, you go.
Oh, great times. I love you. I love you so much.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Speechless, sorry, buddy.
Literally.
I am too. I just can't believe how top quality my banter's been today. I'm on fire.
You've just.
I don't know what it is. I think it's the shaving off the head.
Publicly about killing. Oh, jeez.
I didn't say I'm going to kill anyone or anyone's going to be killed. I just think
you know what I mean. The poor man was going to pass this. I think
he's going to go next night. I don't want him to die viciously. Like I want him to go in a sleep whenever he's ready. But I just taking a gamble on it's going to be this year.
Jesus.
Specifically, December 24th, to be exact.
You mean Christmas Eve? You are one psychotic bastard. You want his family to mourn his death.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Christmas. You are. I know what we need to.
Well, no, but to be fair, by the time they get the body back, it'll be after the new year.
We need to move on. We need to move on from Tom Muir, the man, the legend, incredible G.
All right. Okay, we'll pick somebody else then. I'll pick somebody else. How about
that? We need to move on. We need to talk. Do you know what? Talk about Rogan's podcast. I'll talk about
basically, Rogan got a deal with Spotify. He's about to be more of a multimillionaire. All of his content's going over to Spotify. Anyway, back to the Fiverr.
No, we need to. What do you mean? You can't do. There's no professionalism in this episode, boys and girls. Just in case you haven't admitted, this is literally how me and him speak on a day-to-day occurrence. See the first maybe 7 episodes, that was us trying to be professional. This is just basically us. He's just pretending he's on the phone to me right now, and we're not recording. So
yeah,
this
it's oh no. If we were on the phone to each other and people are listening, we're going to prison. First way ticket straight there.
Oh Jesus!
Rogan has now set up a deal with Spotify where his content. Well, his content's already on it anyway, but. Is it from September or
on the first? Yeah.
So from then, all his content will move exclusively over to Spotify. Even the video as well. Nothing's changing. What he had said was nothing's changing. All the content's going there. The video, everything included, everything will be as was, just only on Spotify. So he's obviously got an exclusive deal with them.
Have a guess. If you were to have a guess, how much you think Rogan would for that? I would have had a guess and said
it depends on the deal. So
they own every single episode. They own all his content. They own like everything, and they're going to stream it on that platform. Like I would say, Rogan was probably making, if I was to have a guess, per podcast episode, I would say he was probably making roughly probably $100,000 an episode. So
no, there's no way. There's no way on earth. See, I would have thought it would have been something like that, but then you take into consideration this. The man's in like 1,300, maybe it's actually more, 1,300 odd episodes. So let's just go off in numbers that he was 100,000 per episode. There's no way that man's making that on 1,300 episodes.
I'm not saying he's going to turn into $100,000 a profit. I'm saying he's probably making 100K revenue. Excuse me, and then obviously he's got to pay. He's got a whole crew there. He's got a massive house. He's got all that.
That's not in his house. He bought another place just for that.
Oh, I thought he didn't have a podcast studio in his house. Didn't it?
No, like the original ones were in his house, and then he moved to somewhere else, and then guess where he's at now. He bought that place. That place that he's bought is fucking massive, though. Like there's a gym.
Assuming he's based in Vegas.
In Vegas? No, he's in California. What is? He's in LA.
Because I just obviously thought because of the UFC it would have been easier for him, but obviously he's not short of money, like. But I thought that would have been
Oh
easier.
no, sure, they pay to fly him out, and then sure, most times when he's already out there, he does like stand-up shows while he's there because makes the most of the weekend, so he makes more money off the back of that. Plus Vegas to LA is no time at all. Like they're on the same coast. Like
Yes, West Coast.
it's the equivalent of us saying, sure, it's just down the road.
Famous High Irish term, shall we say that about fucking Cork? For fuck's sake, Cork, it's just down the road, boy.
It's just a lap down the road there.
It's a lot down the road.
No, I say the man's on for a major payday though.
Yeah.
But I see when I read it yesterday and then tagged you into it, I was like, "Fuck, that's a big thing. This will be like the start of it now." But I, by chance, came across who was it, PewDiePie and all them ones. So it turns out YouTube and the likes have all been at this for about the past year. Do you remember? What do you call that guy? The big guy from Fortnite, and he was massive on Twitch and then moved.
Ninja?
Yeah, so obviously he signed up to a deal with Mixer, and then they got somebody else, and then so apparently it's been going on for about the last year. But look at it because all these companies are signing all these guys up for exclusive content to their websites, and it's mostly for live streaming, and then obviously Rogan does most of his interviews live. I'd say about 95% of his stuff is live. So, like, it's one of those things. Most of them seem to be signed up to like 2-year deals. So that's what I'm wondering if his is like a 2, 3, or like a 5-year deal. Because if it's 5 years, holy shit, that man is on the gravy train.
He already is, like, obviously with the UFC and as you said, stand up and then on the podcast, but that deal has probably set him up for life.
Well, it's everything. Like he's got the podcast, he's got a stand up, he's got his stand up specials that he sells to Netflix, he's got his UFC, he's got On It, he owns it. Fucking everything else. The man's fucking minted.
Smart businessman though.
Oh yeah, well, like people fail to forget, like, oh, Joe Rogan's this, like Joe, or like he's kind of like, to most people he seems to be like one of those overnight sensations, but yet he's been doing it since like 1998 or 97 or something. Like that's when he first started stand up, and then he wanted to be an actor, so he did acting and didn't really pan out. Then he became the Fear Factor guy, and at the same time he was doing the UFC, and then because the UFC exploded even more so over like the last couple of years, then he became more and more recognizable. So it's done nothing but favors for him.
One of the lads asked me this, and I'll say his name because he doesn't want to be on it. Do you think UFC wouldn't be as big without McGregor? Do you think, basically the question I'm asking, do you think McGregor made the UFC what it is now? Like, obviously the UFC, for anybody that loved fighting, was the best sport, like, because they had mixed martial arts, you had loads of different form factors compared to just standard boxing where you're just using your fists. Do you think?
Are you trying to say that people don't understand what UFC is? Are you fucking?
No, I'm just saying. No,
I know. Unfortunately, I have to say, for me, yes, it wouldn't be as big. Unfortunately, I'd watched bits and I never really got into it. But when I was watching bits, I was like really young, and maybe it's just me being an idiot. But I was even thinking about it a couple of days ago in terms of different sports. Like I'll watch Formula One, and I love watching Formula One because it's not so much about the driving; it's about the start off the line. It's about the pit stops, if you can overcut or undercut people, and this, that, and the other. And the strategy, I love the strategy of it. But I can't sit and watch motorcycle racing around the same track, even though it's the exact same thing, only because it has 2 wheels. Can't watch it because I don't understand the strategies, because I'm sure the strategies are a bit different. I don't understand strategies, so I don't really watch sport. So back when the UFC, when I would have watched it, I didn't understand it because I didn't understand all the different types of fighting and what meant what and everything. So I didn't get involved in it. Unfortunately, when the McGregor boom happened, now to be fair, I can kind of say I was on the train real early. And then I fell off the train on him, and then kind of never really went back on it. But yeah, I don't think, for me, I don't think I ever would have watched it if McGregor didn't become a thing. But I'm glad he did, so I could watch it. But it didn't stop him. Like you know yourself, the amount of ones like we would have sat up and watched the McGregor fights, and then you would see on Snapchat and Facebook all these other ones. Like, and there's so like I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna sound like the worst person in the world, but there'd be girls watching it, and because you know that person. They've never watched fight before. They haven't got a fucking notion what's happened. They've jumped on a train just to take a Snapchat of them with the fucking Ireland flag or this off the TV with McGregor. And I'm like, okay. And then that's it. Whereas, like, we stay true. Like, I've stayed on it. But yeah, I don't think I would have really properly watched it as much as I do if McGregor never made it.
I agreed with him. I just made the counter argument that for me, I didn't think McGregor was the face of UFC. Now, obviously, he is now because of Mystic Mac, his alter ego is what he would call it. He makes a prediction, blah, blah, blah. And for me, the first person I remember seeing in the UFC octagon would have been Anderson Silva. That, for me, would have been the first time I'm thinking, shit, this is
absolutely. Absolutely. No, I wouldn't say to me McGregor was the face of it. Is he a pillar of the UFC? Absolutely. But every generation so far has had their pillars. You had Gracie, you had McGregor, you had George.
I think for ours, it probably would have been Anderson Silva.
No, not as much. Well,
for me,
no, not really, not for me. No.
First fighter that would come to my head if you were to exclude McGregor would be Silva.
Really?
If you go, yeah, like if someone was to ask me, like over the last 10 years, who's been your most favorite UFC fighter, excluding McGregor, I'll probably say Silva. Like, obviously,
come on! You're saying Silva would be your favorite fighter?
Rather than McGregor, yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why Silva?
He was a powerhouse, and then that lead head kick he always opened up with, and I'll never forget the fight. I can't remember who he was fighting, where he busted his knee open that time he was fighting, and he still tried to hang on. For me, it was just the Brazilian in him. He was a beast. That for me, but he was always the first fighter that I remember seeing before post McGregor.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say but I wouldn't say like I have one favorite fighter. I just have there's like a lot of them who like at the minute I'm high on like Justin Gaethje. Like I hope nothing for the best for him over the next year. If he can get that Khabib fight and get him beat, Jesus Christ, that man's career's made.
Anybody that can get him beat they need to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Then, first they need to go into hiding because fucking Kazakhstan, Dagestan will be all over them looking for him.
That's a good point.
Kazakhstan, Borat coming after them going, my sister, no, but to be a prostitute, come in.
Come in, mommy.
Oh, fuck. No, yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't have watched it as much. Was it for McGregor? But I think I don't put it. Yes, obviously the fighters are obviously the big part, but I give it to like Dana White and Sean Shelby and all them guys who like the fight makers. Mm-hmm. They done a great job to support them cards with great fights before it. So then when you're watching a card, you could see all these other guys and like, holy fuck, he's good. And that's kind of what they got me. You were seeing like all the undercards and you're watching like, well, she's a great fighter. Like because of McGregor, I find Rousey. And that's kind of how it worked. It was because of this fighter, I find that fighter, and then you're like, holy, like there's another fighter, Zabib another fighter from Dagestan called Zabib, and whatever his second name is, and that guy is an amazing fighter. He's so lanky, he barely looks like he's touching it, but he just drops it.
Yeah, well, like for me, as us, like in Ireland, we're sort of have to follow McGregor. Like you cannot get away from it. Whenever a McGregor fight's announced, for us,
no,
I don't think we can get away with it.
I got away from him. Like I really did get away from him.
I could.
When, like, I was on the train for him because it's like one of those things you want to see somebody, especially from your own country, you want to see somebody do well, and he did well. But then he just lets everything down with all the personal shit going on, and you're like, you're a fucking idiot. And yes, people like to say society likes to build people up so you can rip them down. I never ripped them down, but it was like one of those things. So okay, I'm done with you then. I can't support you. Even going into that Khabib fight, I didn't see him winning. Everyone wanted to win. I didn't see him winning. I didn't really hope that he wouldn't win because it was in my head. I was like, do you really deserve to be the person that takes away that record? Probably not. And honestly, if he never fights again, I don't care. Yes, did he have an amazing knockout against Cowboy Cerrone? Yes. But several other people have also had amazing knockouts against Cowboy Cerrone. It's one of those things, unfortunately, for Cowboy. I love Cowboy.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
It's hard not to love him. It really is. Like, a lot of respect for Cerrone. I think even as to say a lot of the fighters do as well. But
it's just,
I thought I would just get your opinion on it because, as I said, we were having a discussion the other day. And obviously, I said yes, but for me, it was obviously Silva. But yeah, it was just something I thought maybe I could have a wee discussion on it.
I feel like Mr. Tim said that.
Yeah, you're bang on.
Yeah, thought it might have been.
You're bang on.
It sounds like a Tim statement.
Mm-hmm. You're bang on. Absolutely bang on. For a walk.
Yeah. I know. He texted me last night because you were talking to me about the poker. You phoned me while I was playing poker, and then he texted me last night asking like what my username was. I was like,
I thought you were in that tournament. You thought you were playing cards.
No, I was playing on a different one. I wasn't playing that one. It's hard to play in like that tournament because, like I said to him, there's people because of quarantine, blah blah. You got nothing else to do, so let's lose some money, sort of thing. And there's people playing. And like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a good player or like a great player. My brother is a fantastic player, and it annoys me how well he plays. I kind of sometimes want him to log into my account, and I'll give him the money and let him make me a load of money because he does it so. Like even last night again, I think he won a ton of money again last night. And it's just you could be sitting there with like really good cards. I understand the game, understand like when not to bet, when to bet, because there's like a lot more in it than just bet, call, or fold. There's like where you are in the table, your position, if you're under the gun, blah 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 blah. And you could be sitting there with like a great hand. You're like fucking unreal. And then what you'll do is you're firing a wee bet just to try and hook them in, like not too big where they just instantly fold. You just hook them in a bit just to get chips off them, and then you'll get them. And then you do it again, you do it again, you do it again, you do it again. Next thing they go all in, and you're like, going, there's no way they've hit fuck all here. There's nothing on this table that they would have kept betting for any reason. And then you'll call them, and the next thing turns out they'll have like trip twos that they hit the second two on the last fucking card, and you've been sitting there with like two pair since the flop, and you're sitting going, are you fucking serious? And then you're out. That's 25 quid gone. Then your phone goes flying across the room, and then you're in a bad mood. So that's what I was saying to him last night. It's hard to play against these people because it's kind of like they don't understand, so they just go fucking blindly into any pot. And yes, you're going to catch the luck on it, but Jesus, does it drive you mad?
Yeah, I'm not good enough.
Tonight, so I take back everything I just said.
Exactly. If you're playing it tonight for fuck's sake, or more on Saturday.
I think I don't even know what one it is tonight. I think it's like the Bestie home game, the Crazy Sevens or something he has playing. He put up, to be fair, Bestie put up. He's obviously doing like his live streams, and he put up a video, and my brother sent to him, and I thought it was hilarious. He had like ace jack or something, and he put in a bit of a raise, and he thought one of the boys was going to call because he always does, and he folded, and then Joe, my brother, came in with did he raise him? I think he raised him, and it kind of just stopped him in his tracks, and the flop came up ace jack 2. So Bessie was sitting there with two pairs thinking, fuck, he's home in a boat. And then the next card came and it was a king. So when I seen that, because I knew the video, because he sent me the video, so I was like, Joe obviously won this hand, or he wouldn't have sent it to me. So when the king came, I thought, fuck, he's hit a straight on him. He's hit a straight on him. And then Joe raised, and he's like going, there's no way I can be beat here. And the next card comes and they raise and call each other, that's fine. So Joe hit trip twos. But the only thing was he got 3 2s in his hand, but he hit it on the flop, so that's why he could bet the whole way out. And Bessie was just sitting there going, holy fuck, I just got hammered by, it's like one of those things, by like a nothing card, but it was the only thing that made you always keep betting was because he hit it at the start.
Down the river.
And you're just, there's no way it looked like he could have won a hand. I said, holy fuck.
Well, I know him as Harry. As I say, he's just a bit of Georgie Best lookalike. But yeah, he's doing well. Like, it's good to see. Good to see he is slowly becoming a pro poker player or pro poker player.
He is good. I hate being on his table. Because he will bet. Not that he will bet anything, but if he feels like he even has a sniff of a chance, he's in there, and he's always in there with a decent bet. And if you, like, I did it. It happened to me. So he has a certain way of betting before you see the first three cards, and I caught on to how all that works with him.
Points, yeah,
like he'll normally always raise if he feels like he has a sniff of something. And I would have folded because I'm like, motherfucker. Even if I say I was big blind, he would have like called the raise a couple of people before me, which meant I either have to call it or fold it. And I was like, fuck, and I would have folded. Then I started catching on to how he was going. So then I was like, right, I'll try and get him, try and trap him. And he did it, and I was like, oh, we're on for a good one. So I called him and went through it. And it turned out that time he did have a fucking hand. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So now, just anytime I'm on his table, I'm like, nope, fold everything to him.
No, he's definitely good. Like I say, I played pool with him. Played with pool in the last 3 or 4 years, and we always give him stick. But he's always down like in Dublin, and he's always away somewhere playing poker. Like, shout out to Terry, by the way. He's got. You don't know this. You don't know if you check the pool chat. He's recently.
I've seen it.
Yeah, congratulations, big man. He's going to be a dad.
I didn't want to say it or not, but yeah, congratulations. I didn't even know he had a woman. Never mind, he was.
I knew he had a woman. His missus is from Dublin, like.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Because Harry would spend a lot of time in Dublin with the poker, so he would have been down there a lot, and he goes back and forth there to watch the Ireland games and stuff. So he's down in Dublin a lot. But I knew he had a missus, and I knew they were going strong, and he's got a lot of feelings for it. But that came out of nowhere. He kept that on the down low. Something.
Well, going by that chat, it was kept on the down low from you because everyone else seemed to know, and that isn't really the hardest thing for you not to notice things.
Well, no, not even that. I think it was because one of the nights we played pool, I went home early because I had work, and then boys stayed out up in the harbour, and they up in where Kieran lives, and they ended up staying up there, and they ended up getting blocked and going home at like 3 a.m. So I think that's when they told them. But yeah, no, congratulations. Just a wee shout out to him there. Maybe if you didn't text him, I already have texted him.
Yeah, I'm sure while we're there, if anyone's looking at George Best lookalike to appear at their party or anything like that, and think if you type into Facebook George Best lookalike, you'll find him. Literally,
that's his handles on every social media.
Yeah, there you go, Harry. That'll be £500, please.
Yeah, that's his appearance fee for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. Is that fuck if I got that bang on? Oh, then he'll definitely have a spare $5 to take that bet with me then this year.
Guys, I think we're going to end the podcast now. I'll let Connor hit you with all the new socials.
Yeah, I just want to point out something just before we go. Do you remember yesterday when I was on the phone to you?
You're all wiped up.
And you kept saying something.
Yeah, you're wiped up.
I kept hanging up.
Yeah.
This is for yesterday. All this last hour is all for that. See, when I got off the phone to you yesterday, I was like, how am I going to make his day miserable tomorrow? How am I going to fuck him up? And there you go.
That's not my fault. You wiped up. We just want to admit it.
All right. Well, I'm not, because I'm not fucking. Anyway. Actually, before we actually do go, I have actually one thing. How much weight do you think you've put on since quarantine?
Okay.
I know you don't have scales, so like it's a feel thing. Like, how much do you feel like you've put on?
Roughly, probably about maybe 3 or maybe 5 kilo.
Okay, so in stone?
Oh, for kilo and stone. Fuck you, McLaughlin. You're making me do math here.
2.2 kilo per pound. Or every kilo is 2.2 pounds. Yeah.
Just that I would say.
So if you're saying 5 kilo, you think you think you've put on about 11 pounds.
Yeah, just short of a stone, I would say. Very, very close to a stone.
Right, okay. Well, that's a fucking lie. Because
I
know what I've done. I know what I've put on. I've put on 2.5 since we've been off. So I put on everything I lost plus more, which is really fucking annoying. But that was also with me ripping an entire garden out over 3 weeks and actually being active as shit. And you haven't. Don't even say you've been active, because you walking that dog is not been active.
No, not bad. But I would say the fasting's probably keeping my weight highly maintained. Like I'm doing 16 to 20 hour fasts. Like,
yeah, that's fine. But you're also like, you know yourself. There obviously has to be work in mind. Anyway, the reason why I bring this up is because I have a wedding. I have a wedding next year. Not my wedding. I'm on a wedding.
He is all wifed up. His wife is very good.
I don't have a wife, and I don't have a wedding. And then I always have your wedding the following year. So the plan was to try and be in shape for the wedding next year. Our COVID came along, fucked me royally on that one. So I've got a lot of work to do in a short space of time when we get back into the gym. Because I was taking that quad.
I actually said that to my fiance the other day. I wonder if COVID never happened, what shape would me and you be in right now?
Oh man,
could you think that depressed?
I don't even want to think of it, because that would be 3 months of basically 6 gym sessions a week.
Yeah, 5 or between 3 and 6 gym sessions a week.
Because we were going we kind of, I wouldn't even say we went strong at the start. Then
still went strong.
We kept going, but I felt myself. I kind of went out of sync of what I was doing. There was times I was walking in and I had no game plan of what I wanted to do, so I just did bits and bobs sort of thing. But it felt like I was still getting in a good workout and everything. But then we started wrapping up with the cardio side, and then when we were doing the sandball, and when we were getting all that stuff in, it wasn't to the point where I was like, oh, I'm dreading seeing that fucking ball. I couldn't wait to see that ball. I was actually trying to get one during quarantine, but I was being charged £45 for it. I was like, oh, fuck yourself.
What?
Yeah, 45 quid. And it was for a fucking 4 kilo, a 4 kilo ball.
4 kilo ball you was feeling like?
I was already up to 10. I was doing the 10 one. And I wasn't even really feeling the 10 anymore. That's what I'm saying. We were starting to ramp up. So I don't even want to think about where I'd be sitting right now. I think personally I would be pretty close to the goal that I wanted, which now you're going to make think it's going to depress me. But anyway, what we'll do is, do you want to put a bet on?
I'll do this bet.
Not the fact Tom Muir.
Yeah, not about.
If anyone wants to take that bet, I'm so game for it. But we'll do a bet. How much? How much?
So we're just going to bet who's going to lose more kilos. Who's going to be in better shape?
Do you want to do more kilos, or what do you want to do? Because we have that machine there that can tell us the percentages and this, that, and the other.
No, funny enough, I'll text you about that. There's actually an offer about one of them ones to tell you all your muscle weight and water weight and stuff. But it's actually an offer, but I'll text you about that later. But yeah, well, I'll take a bet, yeah. Or just say who loses the most weight or who's in the best shape.
That's what I'm saying. Do we do body mass fat, or do we do just weight?
We're quite close in height, so. But the only thing,
my BMI was way over yours, even though we're the same height and everything. And we were actually close to the same. I don't understand how this works. We're close to the same height, and we were close enough in the same weight. Surprisingly, I didn't think we would have been that close.
I'm a big boy. I'm a big Donny,
And but my BMI, I felt like it was heavily above yours. But we know what my problem is. I have a lot of fucking water, which we tried to solve, and it didn't fucking work.
Which is, you do this, dude. There's a boy
walking in the bars going, hello, have you got any towels that make you piss a lot to get rid of a lot of water? Actually, yeah, no, we don't have them, but thanks for making me back yourself, love. See you later.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I'll take that bet. Just yeah, I'll take that bet. Well, how much?
What would do? 50 quid?
Yeah, sure.
50 quid. And then what?
This is post COVID. This isn't pre COVID. This is post when the gym's open again.
Aye, but it'll be until because we won't know our exact weight until then.
And this is going up until Thingy's wedding next year, or what's
well,
the
that's what I was going to ask. Do you want to do it to the end of the year? Do you want to do it to exactly the end of the year?
We need to work it out because I don't think the gyms personally made our goal, especially the kind of like the local council gyms are probably not open. Probably not. I don't think August because they.
That's right. Then okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll start from now. We'll start from now until the end of the year.
Man, that's a shit on my life and dreams. What's happening for the gym?
Fuck the gym. You can go for a run.
Yeah. I tried to run our local lake and I got about, I would say, maybe 500 yards and I thought I was going to take an asthma attack.
That's because you have dodgy lungs, mate.
Mate, when I was playing football, the lungs are fucking great.
Okay, here we go. I was a semi-pro football player, don't you know?
I tell you about what the socials there. Fuck off.
I was in the Premier League Division 1000.
I mean, I fucking wish there would have been a contract involved. Pit the people with the socials there.
You would have been fucking paying the team to be playing, you fucking
right. There would have been a contract on the fucking list, so I could officially say my dream of signing a professional contract.
You mean I get to keep this football shirt? That's amazing. Thanks very much.
See you later.
That's your signing bonus, mate. See it.
My agent, fake who's my agent, my dad.
Oh my god, that'd be the best thing ever. When your dad is an agent. Oh my god.
You get the claims no wages.
Right. So from now until December 31st, person who loses the most weight we'll work out our weights. Gets 50 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make it a bit better?
Oh god, right.
So anyone who listens to this and want to get involved because we've all put on weight from COVID, being stuck in the house doing fuck all. If anyone wants to join in, all you have to do is message us your weight. We'll put you in a league with us. And me and you'll still do our own thing between me and you, 50 quid. And then we'll also do me, you, and whoever else in the league. And whoever gets the most amount of weight off between now and the end of the year, we'll give them a £100 gift card for everyone.
I can't. Well, yeah. Okay.
What are you afraid to get beat?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Michael just has to check his bank account balance first, just to make sure.
We'll be doing fucking nothing.
No, that's what we'll do. We'll do a league table. We'll do like a check-in every week. And then whoever loses the most by the end of the year.
I'm assuming the people that do send their weights it's not going to be publicly announced. Like you can keep it confidential.
Oh, they can give us a username. I don't give a fuck. You can PM. You private message us, and then you can use a username, an alias, whatever you want, and then we'll have a league, or you can keep yourself public if you want to. And yeah, it'd be grand.
Yeah, that's grand.
Oh, I'm gonna wipe the floor with you, boy.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Especially these chins.
Mate, I've more chins than a Chinese phone book, so it's alright.
I don't give a shit about my stomach, guys. Well, fuck it. I just don't want to look down and see his big saggy titties.
And he's not even talking about his own when he's looking down either.
What?
I have no idea, but you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Irish Impulse Network. We're now Irish Impulse Network. We had to change it. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Music. You can get us on, where else are we on? Google Podcasts. We're everywhere. We're fucking everywhere. Anywhere you can get us, we're there. When you go to bed tonight and close your eyes, we're fucking there. That's probably not the greatest. That's probably not the greatest. What I meant was when you go to bed and you close your eyes.
I'm fucking at the bottom of your bed.
You're going, hey, yeah. And then you stick your earphones in your ear, you press play, we're there. We're there with you.
Ear fist in the bollocks at you.
If you're on phase one of return to society, you're now commuting to work. You can slap us on your radio. We're there. But I would say turn the volume down so people don't hear the utter shite we spoke in this episode.
You're not being judged going, this guy doesn't even know what he's listening to, let alone what the people are talking.
I know, because if we're this bad and it's us talking, God help anyone who actually listens to it and goes, I agree with some of their points.
Probably just our mates that agree with the points.
Oh, God. Right. So, yeah, you can find us everywhere on Irish Impulse Network. Do you want to say bye-bye?